It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Willis going to throw it right away. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on second down. Willis throwing the out route incomplete. It's Barker. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Well, Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going the long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. A search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, here's Willis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Malik Willis. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27.
Now back to throw. His throw incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
there, gets him 7 up to midfield.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 2nd down now, Fry. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
That call makes sense, because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Streeter. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
7-7, our score after 1. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Play action, Willis. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A huge play there for Washington. 66 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. To throw, here's Willis. Touchdown, Washington.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders have taken the lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
makes the score. Commanders 14, Vikings 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On 2nd down, Fry. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate that wasn't picked off.
On 2nd down now, Fry. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Fry. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a top 3rd and 8.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Young. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson from 10 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Let's go now.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
He's brought down by Terrell Burgess. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Willis now off of play action. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Vikings 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They're going to try and throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To the air on 1st down, here's Willis.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back to the 24.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Gotta assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Willis
under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long.
They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14.
The score, Commanders 28, Vikings 14.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to get a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Chase Young, his second sack of the night. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Young.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Young.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
3 yards remain for second down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Fry. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On second down, Fry. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Gibson again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go check, go check.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw there hauled in by Claypool.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. Claypool with another catch. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A 7-yard pickup.
2nd down and 3. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And some space here. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson
With his 2nd touchdown of the night.
and the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Commanders 35. Vikings
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Come on, come on. Hey.
To the air on first down. Here's Willis.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Looking to throw again on second down. Willis looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall.
And the Commanders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
First and goal, Washington.
They'll run with Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
One
quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Willis.
Yeah, he's got it. Touchdown. Antonio Gibson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are to be...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of the...
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Okay, break. Hurt.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Willis.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 3rd down, it's Willis.
And he finds McLaurin.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And he's got some space here.
Oh, what a move.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 25-yard line.
163 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open space.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
The first down pass.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here's Willis.
That is caught at the 7. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Ready, break. Ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
To get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.